Back at it again. Coming on here right quick, according as you see in the topic, women, you are too accessible. Women, you're too accessible. And I said that in this month, we was going to be helping women out because a lot of women is struggling. A lot of women is losing big time. And for this reason, I going to stay with my word and come on here and this whole month dedicated to helping you women out. Helping you women out. For those of you that's joining, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Help get this truth out here. And you best to believe that this is going to be predicated on truth. It's going to be predicated on truth. All right? And when I'm talking about truth, I'm talking about the truth of the scriptures. The truth of the scriptures. Women, you're too accessible. Too accessible. And until you do something about that, it's going to continue to work against you. It's going to continue to work against you. It's going to continue to work against you. Somebody just sent me something. I'm about to read it right quick. Hold up a second. Bear with me. Yeah, bear with me. Alpha Man, what's up, man? Because like I said earlier on, women is losing too much. And we have somebody just, because I get sent stuff all the time for talking points, and somebody sent me this, and I read it before we go into the message, which has something to do with what we're talking about today, because you need a man. You need a man, especially in the times that we're living in, YouTube. You need a man. You need a man, okay? Back that off me, son. Let me know if you can hear the mic good. You can hear the mic good, all right? Listen, it says 29-year-old television news anchor woman, Samo Tukohua, whatever her name is, has tragically passed away after jumping from her third-floor apartment in an attempt to escape armed robbers. This is sad. This is a sad case. This is very sad. Very, very sad. And this is why I tell you women, you need a man. You need a man. You need a man. Where was a man during this time? You see, the scriptures talk about within Isaiah 31, I believe it is. Let me grab it right quick. And we're going to get to the message. I'm going to play a clip as the basis for this. Women, you're too accessible. From a very renowned here in the States comedian. And a lot of stuff he be saying, he be on point. Also, understand a lot of stuff he say do be outlandish. But for the most part, right, some stuff he be saying, he do be right on. Listen to what the scripture says, Isaiah 32, verse 2. And a man should be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. You see, so, yeah, women, it's very, very important in this day and time to have a man with all that's going on. Very, very, very important. A lot of people is losing out here. A lot of people is losing out here. Okay. I'm going to play this clip. Let me find it right quick. From Corey Holcomb. The name of the clip is "You Trust Her?" ? You trust her? ? We're going to play this because this is the backdrop of what we're going to be talking about.
BetterHelp makes the process of finding a therapist easy. When you're ready to take that first step, just fill out a simple questionnaire and we can help
Here we go.
How is your woman so accessible to so many men? Let me make sure you.
Did y'all hear that? Let me record it.
If you got a woman, how is your woman so accessible to so many men? Let me make sure you hear that. If you got a woman, how is your woman so accessible to so many men? Let me explain.
In the chat, can y'all hear that? Let me know. I'm going to start it over because I really want y'all to pay attention. This is the reason why a lot of you women is losing. Just losing. Listen.
How is your woman so accessible to so many men? Let me make sure you hear that. If you got a woman, how is your woman so accessible to so many men? Let me explain. Nowadays, we got this thing called social media. Okay?
Listen. Women, understand that majority of your problem when it comes to men is you too accessible. You're too accessible. See, you want men to be committed to you. You want marriage. You want to be in something long term, right? And rightly so, we understand that. But the reality of the matter is, while you saying you want commitment from a man is saying he wants you to be exclusive with him. And when you are accessible to every man outside of your man, that's a problem. This is what man is telling you. That's a problem. That's a problem. The first and foremost thing you have to understand in dealing with the dynamics of a man, which is my first talking point, men want you to be exclusive to him and him alone. This is what you got to understand. Yes, I get it. You have to go out in the world. Yes, I get it. We're not telling you to be a cave woman. No, we're not telling you that. So yes, I get it. But all at the same time, right? All at the same time, you have to understand how you conduct yourself with a man is very paramount. And how you going, they be clowning in the chat. What up, Buck? They be clowning in the chat, boy. I love it though. But anyway, you have to understand that a man wants you to be exclusive with him. You want him to commit, but he wants you to be exclusive. Exclusive. A lot of you women, you're around men all day outside of your man, cackling, laughing, joking around, building all type of different experiences with these men, having them thinking something that may not even be the case because you don't know how to cut it off. You don't know how to conduct yourself as a lady in the streets. And as a result of that, that exclusiveness impact your relationship. Willie, my brother right there. I love that brother. Willie on. That's my brother right there. Right? So if you don't know how to maintain exclusivity, right? And stop being accessible to all these different men, a man is not going to take you serious, not going to be committed to you. And as you can see, as I pointed out in the beginning, women, you need a man. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how independent, you need a man. And man is telling you, if you learn how to cut off accessibility, you will win with men. You will win with men. Listen, let me play some more of this. Listen to it.
So many men. Let me explain. Nowadays, we got this thing called social media. Okay? Now let's just keep it real. Social media is basically a dating app where you can order a bitch. Is it anything more than that?
For me, that's not what it is.
You can get in contact with somebody that you'd never have access to.
Yeah.
That's what social media is, a dating app where you can order a bitch. You tell me where that's wrong.
Shit, not for me.
If your woman has more than 20 pictures this year on the internet, your bitch belong to the game.
Did y'all hear what he said? Again, let me rewind this back. Again, this is a renowned comedian.
Tell me
Corey Holcomb, a renowned comedian, and he's very popular here in the States. And like I said, a lot of stuff he say be outlandish, but all at the same time, a lot of stuff he say he be on point with. So I'm gonna rewind it so y'all can hear it. Talk about social media now, because a lot of you women, you're accessible to social media, whether you want to admit it or not. I know there's some women gonna be saying, well, I gotta do this for my business. I gotta do this to get known. I gotta do this to get likes. I gotta do this to get followers. But all at the same time, you're showing the world that you are still on the market. You're still on the market. I get it. Yes, I get it. You have some women that's on there, you know, they promoting real estate, right? They promote real estate, but you go look at their pictures, they only got 2 or 3 pictures of them stuff. The rest of it's business-wise. But then you got a lot of women that's on there, you know, where my phone at? They, you know, doing all that, you know, taking, you know, all the side shots. You're accessible. And Corey Holcomb is right. Social media makes you accessible to a lot of men because of the pictures that you take. The pictures you take. You're still showing that you are on the market. All right? Let me back it up some more so y'all get some of this.
It is.
You can get in contact with somebody that you'd never have access to.
That's what social media is, a dating app where you can order a bitch. You tell me where that's wrong.
Shit, not for me.
If your woman has more than 20 pictures this year on the internet, your bitch belong to the game.
Did you hear that? Huh?
This is a fact.
Did you hear that? If your woman, that go for my woman, if they got more than 20 pictures this year alone, they belong to the game. They belong to the game. Accessibility, women, we're trying to tell you, it kills your ability to be exclusive to your man and your man only. And if you're not exclusive to your man is not going to be committed to you. You're not going to get that commitment that you want. Forget about it. A lot of women be out here, I'm dating with intentions. Thank you. Thank you for dating with intentions. We appreciate it. We appreciate that you made up your mind to date with intentions. Okay? But men is dating with intentions too. We intentional not dating. Oh, okay. Man, she fine, but shit, I can't take her serious. This is what men is telling you. You're too accessible. Too accessible. Let's play a little bit more of this.
I can prove it. Let me say that again.
Then I'm going to go 2.2.
If your woman, and I'm being lenient, if your woman got more than 20 pictures.
Now, let me stop it right here. Let me read this, what this guy said, because he make a lot of sense. It says social media is not helping a dating chick that is posting but pictures on Instagram. PFFT, nah. Yeah, man. It's not helping the dating game, man. It's not helping. Social media open up the door for women to be bigger, whatever they are. If they are a whore, social media open the door for women to be a bigger whore. If they are addicted to attention, social media open it up for them to be more addicted to attention. It's just simple as that. And men is saying, okay, we're not going to stop women from being who they are, what they want to do. We're not. We just not going along to get along no more. This is what men trying to tell you, women. And yet you still having a hard time to hear what men is saying. Men is saying. And this is what got a lot of you women deluded in your mind and have a lot of you women delusional. Right? Because you still telling yourself, oh, I get all this attention. I get all of this likes and followers. I still got it. Yeah, man. Yeah, they're going to show up because they want your box. But the thing about it, can you get a man to commit to you for the long haul? Long haul, rather. I'm thinking about food, talking about Longhorn. For the long haul. Let Corey finish cooking.
This year, your bitch belong to the game. Stop saying that's your woman. That's our woman. She's accessible to me. If I was able to DM your woman and ask her for the womb, you should not be in my DM talking about why you talking to my woman.
Right.
You should be asking your woman, why is he accessible? Why are you accessible to this man? Because that's the first thing y'all did wrong.
Listen, this a pill that everybody got to swallow. This is what they've been trying to teach you in the red pill community. That, listen, if you're going to deal with the modern day women, women, you got to hear this. Dealing with the modern day woman, you're not the only one that's dealing with her. She too accessible to every other man. And as Corey said, unfortunately, it's our women. It's our women. When you go on Insta-Lie, I know it's called Instagram, but I like to call it Insta-Lie because a lot of these women use filters. They using all this stuff to make themselves seem like they're something that they're not. When you go on Insta-Lie, hear me loud. When you go on Insta-Lie, a lot of these women that's posting these nude pictures, showing off their ass, showing off their breasts, showing off their body, a lot of these women be in full-blown relationships. Full-blown in relationships. So by virtue of what Corey is saying, yes, if your woman is showing off her body like this, it's just not your woman, it's everybody woman. Everybody woman. One fella said, I should not know how your body look and I have not slept with you. And a lot of these guys are with women and every other man know how their woman body look, even though they haven't slept with them because they are constantly being accessible to men. And I get it. They trying to get the money. But at the end of the day, how much money you need at the expense of your reputation, at the expense of your integrity, right?
I can get to your woman, there's a good chance I can get your woman.
That's true.
There's a lot of women who don't want nothing to do with me. As soon as I say something to them, they be like, not you. I understand that. And I just chalk it up to the game, Craig. That's one who, okay, I couldn't get that one. But a lot of them I can get to, I get them. Because of the 7 deadly sins that they're willing to bypass and live their life how they want to live their life. If they didn't, if the deadly sins was of any importance to them, I would not be able to get to them. But they don't care about them sins.
They don't care. They don't care. Let me go down to one of the comments. And I want y'all to hear what this guy in the comments said. And he's not lying. Let me see. Where is it at? There you go. So he, in his comment, he talked about how in the DM he get majority of married women and women that have a man that's coming after him. And he talked about how harsh it is, how thirsty it is. And I know he ain't lying because, you know, I experienced the same thing on Facebook. You know, I've already gone now. I'll just go on and check my messages to see if, you know, anybody that reached out to me for something to do on YouTube or a collaboration or whatever the case may be. But yeah, DM be full of women. Full of women. And yes, he right. They be having whole men at the house. At the house. I have access to a lot of women, even though they got a man. Do I act on it? No, I'm not saying I act on it because according to the scripture, now I'm always going to tell you, I'm an advocate for the scripture. The scripture said that's adultery. You messing with another man's woman, that's adultery. I don't care how y'all want to fix it, or I got to teach him a lesson, or I got to show him that. Yeah, whatever. You can do it, okay? You playing with your life. You gambling with your soul, okay? But women, hear us. You are too accessible to other men. And when it's this way, you can't expect your man to take you serious, or any man for that matter. Any man. They are looking at you as a Tatiana. They are looking at you as a 304. They're looking at you as a jump off, right? They're looking at you as a short time, not a long time, fun time, not enduring time. Okay, let me read this. It said, when your woman is in environments where other men are constantly shooting their shot, building rapport, and planting seeds, you're not in relationship with her alone. You're in relationship with her options. And this is what a lot of you men got to understand. You're in relationship not only with just her, but with her options. That's why she keep options around. That's why she keep options around. Okay? So number one, women, you have to understand accessibility kills your ability to be in a committed relationship with a man. Because when he see you're too accessible to other men, he's not going to take you serious. After that infatuation period run out, done, come to an end, he's on to the next woman. As simple as that. Number two, listen, I know a lot of you going to get mad at me, but this is just the reality. Your job puts you in a zone where you are constantly around males. Your job. Well, I ain't not about to. No. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yes, you have to work. We understand that. You have to work. Okay? And you ought to have agreement with your man about working. Now, understand this before I go into the points I'm going to make. Back in the day, and this is partly man fault, a lot of it is man fault. Back in the day, men used to have their shit together to the point where they was able to provide a way where the woman was able to stay home and work on her own business, right? When you go back to the 60s and 70s, a lot of our women, they had their own business. They had a clothing business as far as iron clothes, sewing up clothes and whatnot. They had their own restaurants. You'll see that on Harlem. If y'all watch Harlem with Forrest Whitaker, right? So back in that day, a lot of our women had their own business because the man went out and provided, made sure the house was good, made sure she was good, made sure the family was good. So I get it. Now, it's not like that. And a lot of you women, you pride yourself on sexual revolution. You pride yourself on feminism. So now you want to be your own independent woman. We get that. We get that. But when you go to work, you have to understand that you are in the lion's den. And your capacity in dealing with men while you at work will put you in danger. You are in danger because you're constantly around other men that's seeking your attention. And the crazy thing, a lot of women get up every day. They be happy to go to work because they want to be around other men to get that attention. Whether it be their man at home not showing them attention, whatever the case may be. A lot of women, I try to tell you, I know what I'm talking about, okay? Because I'm part of management at a big time corporation. And the women, yes, they go to work so they can get attention. They come in there with full faces, makeup on. Hear me out, women. You come in there with your best gift of clothes, tight, short. Yes. A lot of you women, you'd be happy to go to work. But a real woman, this is how she be, man. I don't want to go up in here. I don't want to deal with these people, but I got to do what I got to do and make sure home is taken care of. No, I'm talking about the women I know. They be happy to go to work because they want to be around other men. They want to be around other men, right? Yeah, we get that. We get that. Go back and listen to what I say. Yeah, but understand, you talk about statistics. Listen to what this statistic say, okay? Listen. According to a survey conducted by Vault, workplace crushes are real. Pay attention to that. Survey showed 58% of people have engaged in some form of romantic relationship at work, and 27% of that 58% admitted to cheating with somebody at work. Okay? So don't sit here and try to tell me workplace husband and workplace wife is not real. It's real. It's real. And I get it. Like I said, maybe home is lacking, right? Something at home is lacking. That could be true. But at the same time, there's still no right to be building a workplace relationship. And a lot of women, because you're accessible to a lot of men, right? A lot of you have workplace husband. Your workplace husband bringing you food. Let me bring this up. Your workplace husband bringing you food. You hanging out with him on lunch break. You even go on Facebook. They got a lot of scenes where workplace husband and workplace wife is behind on the pallets, making out and doing whatever underneath the sun. All right? So it is real. All right, let me bring this up. So when you're out in public, even the scripture says it's better to be churlish than a courteous woman. Courteous woman, you got to know how to cut it off. This is what man is telling you, women. You got to know how to cut it off. You got to know how to be at arm's length. Because you can tell yourself all day, oh, they just being nice. No, a real man gonna tell you the truth. When men around women, they are out for the kill. They want to get in that box. Stop believing that everybody is a nice guy that do something for you. No, nice guys, they do what they do because they want you to pay the price in the end. Nice guys, when they give you gifts and do all this, it comes with a cost. You best to believe it comes with a cost. But a lot of you women don't realize that. And then you get yourself in a conundrum, especially if they promote you on the job and get you in a good position. And then you be, I really need this extra money. I got this promotion. I really need this extra money. I'm going to go all the way on I'm going to make the sacrifice, right? And a lot of women don't make the sacrifice. They got, I got to do what I got to do to make sure my work husband is good. Make sure my work husband good so I can keep this resource coming in. So don't be acting like there's no such thing as workplace husband and workplace wife. If you believe that, you a loner. That you a loner. That you a loner. That you. That shit is crazy, right? Yeah, man. So yes, it's real. It's real. So while you at work, talking point 2, you have to make sure you are always on alert because men at work that's being nice to you, they're not just being nice to you for no reason. They want something from you and you are in danger. You are in danger. And men understand, what's up, Terry? And men understand, right, that gifts is what disarm a lot of women. The nice guy approach, disarm. And a lot of you women, you're too accessible to men on a job. They do a lot of things and they ain't doing nothing but disarming you. And man is telling you women, I told you this whole month I'm going to dedicate a lot of these messages to you women. Man is telling you, if you can't be exclusive with him, he's not going to commit to you. He's not going to commit to you. All right? Yeah, they be tripping in the chat. Driving asparagus. Boy, y'all be tripping. Right? And when you're on these jobs, you're around men more than you're around your husband. And you don't think some attachment not going to be built if you are not on alert? Huh? You don't think some type of emotions going to be attached to somebody if you're not on alert? Huh? Why? Because accessibility ruins your ability to be exclusive with one man. With one man. And that's what you got to deal with. Huh? That's what you got to deal with. All right, women, understand this. Number three. Emotional infidelity starts with access. Access. A lot of men understand when they can get you to be emotionally attached to them, they already got you. Right? They already got you. Right? And a lot of women, before they cheat, what do they build? An emotional connection with somebody. Emotional connection with somebody. Listen to what this statistics say. Research from the American Association for Marriage and Family Therapy says 45% of married women have admitted to some form of emotional infidelity. You hear that? Emotional infidelity. And a lot of you guys, they be clown. A lot of you guys, you still believe it's okay for your woman to have a male friend. I don't. Listen. Men only hang around your woman for one thing and one thing only, unless they are a bachelor. You know what a bachelor is. Go look up what a bachelor is. Okay? Unless they are bachelor, men only hang around women for one reason. Talk to me. I hear crickets. They hang around women to get between her legs. Oh, that's just her friend. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Okay? Keep telling yourself that. And women, understand. This is what you got to understand. Real men, especially high value men, when they look at you and you got all these male friends and accessible to all these different guys, they're like, it's just my turn. It's just my turn. I'm going to bust a few good fatties. Huh? I'm going to bust a few good fatties and I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I can't take you serious. I can't take you serious. And until you realize this, women, you're going to continue to lose. You're going to continue to lose. And we trying to help you. Women's losing right now. Women wasn't losing like this. Huh? You wasn't losing like this. You're losing big time. Okay? You're losing. You got these speed dates. You got these dating things where they go out and pose to be, I forgot what the correct name for it, but they just showed it on YouTube, one of those speed dates. And it was full of women. And maybe two guys. Two guys. You're losing, women. Because men is saying, listen, I ain't not about to be doing all this when I know I can easily get between her legs and go on about my business. Continue to focus on myself. Continue to focus on my purpose. Continue to focus on me. I'm not about to be committed to a woman that's accessible to too many guys. Too many guys. Again, I repeat, you want commitment. Man saying, I want you to be exclusive to me. Exclusive to me. And there's still some women out here that believe in being exclusive. There's still some women. Okay, them women's better than other women. Let me read the scripture right quick. All right. Let me find it. I believe it's in Ecclesiasticus chapter 36. Chapter 36. And these women is the women that's winning compared to you other women that's out here losing. Listen, Ecclesiastes chapter 36, verse 21. A woman will receive every man. Listen to what the Most High, because I keep telling y'all, I'm advocate for the scriptures. Everything you need to know in life pertaining to life is in the scriptures. So the Most High is telling you, there's one woman that's better than another woman. And a woman that's better, she's going to win in life. She's going to get the man she wants, right? Listen, verse 21 of Ecclesiastes 36 again. A woman will receive every man, means she's accessible to all these different men. And when you look up the background of that text, it's talking about a woman that has been ran through, that had a lot of digging sticks. And most women that's accessible to a lot of men, they tend to have a high body count. Women, you tend to have a body count. A real man don't have to sit down and say, what's your body count? No. You can look at the size. You can look at the red flags and tell that. Right? Listen, a woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. And then it goes on to say, the beauty of a woman cheer her countenance, and a man love nothing better. Right? So you can't be too accessible to other men. It hurts you in the long run. It hurts you. You're not going to get the committed relationship from a man that you want. She's not going to take you serious. Right? And being accessible to a lot of men has messed up a lot of you women's mind. It got you with that entitlement spirit. A lot of you women feel entitled because of your accessibility to a lot of men. Not knowing these men is pumping your head up, these men is lying to you, these men is telling you everything you want to hear. They doing everything you want them to do for you. Because to remind you, they only after one thing. But because you got all of these people in your DM, all these people just hitting on you, all these people that's trying to get with you, you have lied to yourself, you have deceived yourself, you have allowed yourself to become delusional and think that now you can move with an entitlement, and yet you still losing. That's the craziest thing. You feel entitled, yet you're still losing. You're accessible to all these great men. But yet you're still losing, right? Listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. See? If you have a man and you still accessible to other men, talk about, this is my bestie. Me and him been cool for the longest. I'm not, listen to what the scripture says. Listen to what the scripture says. Sit not at all with another man's wife. You belong to somebody. And that so-called best male friend you have, the scripture said he don't supposed to be sitting down with you because you are in a relationship. This go for you people that believe in men and women can be friends. Okay? Now watch what the Most High goes on to say concerning a man and woman being friends. Watch what the Most High goes on to say. Okay? Spend not thy money with her at the wine. You all right? You all right? I'm going to the club with my male best friend. He's taking me out. We're about to go have drinks. The scripture said, don't spend your money with her at wine. Watch what it goes on to say. Lest thy heart incline unto her, and so do thy desire, thou fall into destruction. See, the Most High telling you, when you cool with a woman, it won't be long until that lust begins to incite with you. Yes, there's some isolated cases, but you can't use isolated cases to say this is the norm. No, not with men. If a man is friends with a nice looking woman, got a body, sooner or later, when they keep hanging out, that lust is going to be incited within him. And he has accessibility to your woman. And at the right moment, at the right time, especially if they going out to drink, and she rub him the wrong way and say something smooth or sweet to him, it's over. He's in your woman's guts. Digging your woman's guts out. Okay? Get him all watery. And then she gonna come home from being out with a male friend that has accessibility to your woman, And she gonna act like nothing ever happened. She gonna make like you stupid. She gonna try to treat you like you crazy. Women, this is what we're trying to show you. This is what we're trying to teach you. This is why you're losing. Okay? So at the end of the day, women, at the end of the day, you have to start moving different. You have to start moving different. You have to start moving different. If you want to win out here. As long as you keep moving the way that you're moving, as long as you keep being accessible to other men, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're not set up to win. You're set up to lose. You're set up to lose. Let me read this right quick, and I'm going to shut it down after this. Listen, when somebody always got options in the bullpen, they don't invest like somebody who values the spot. She knows, right? Sorry. She knows if this don't work out, she got plan B, C, and D on deck. Listen, when a woman have access to a lot of men, it's hard for her to truly invest in a relationship. Just as the case, women. And real men, they understand when you're not truly investing in them. You have too much access to other men, and you allow other men to have too much access to you. So you don't invest into the relationship like you should. Right? And you're walking around with that peacock mentality. Listen, I got some. We know you have options, but they are not options like a man. You're too busy trying to compete with a man. You're not here to compete with a man. You're here to compliment a man. You can't compete with a man. Because a man is going to be able to have options as it relates to be able to choose somebody to be his wife. You don't got them type of options. Yes, you control the gateway to sex, but men control the gateway to marriage. And since men control the gateway to marriage, it makes more sense to hear men out. And man has been saying, I'm telling you, I deal with them. I had to counsel them. Man is telling you, you're too accessible to other men. And if you're too accessible to other men, I'm not going to take you serious. I'm not going to take you serious. Listen to this. Modern dating stats shows 70% of women admit to having a backup partner in mind. This was statistics say for the guy that wanted to bring up statistics. Listen, this was statistics say. And that make a lot of sense. I repeat, modern dating stats show 70% of women admit to having a backup partner in mind. Now, if they said, women, you have 70% of women have a backup plan, it makes sense that over 70% of the divorces that been initiated is by women. Don't that make sense? Huh? Good morning, brother. My brother in the chat, Manny, what up? Don't that make sense? If research and statistics say 70% of you women admit to having a backup partner in mind just in case your relationship falls in the cracks, it only makes sense why they are reporting that 70% of the divorces that have been initiated is by women. That number go hands in hand, okay? So that's why I tell women, I tell you men that don't have no logic, that don't have no common sense, when you come in here and say, well, women's getting divorced because men is cheating. No. You mean to tell me out of 70% of the divorces that have been initiated, every one of them is men cheating? I think not, because statistics just showed you right here, 70% of women admit to having a backup partner just in case their relationship falls in the cracks. So it had nothing to do with cheating. Had nothing to do with cheating. Men break up homes more. No. 70% of these homes that's been broken up is by women. Why? Because it's showing you it go back to your accessibility. As the saying go, a man will sacrifice his happiness to stay in a home with his wife and children, right? A woman will sacrifice the home for her happiness. Okay? That's a word. Where that horn at? I repeat, man will sacrifice his happiness. I wish a man would come on here and tell the truth, man. Y'all in the chat. Man will sacrifice his happiness to stay at home, even though he been treated any kind of way, even though he not being appreciated, because he want to be home with his kids, with his woman. Okay? He don't want another man coming into the house, raising his kids, so he'll sacrifice his happiness. A woman, on the other hand, she'll sacrifice the family for her happiness. Huh? So don't be coming on here talking about the reason why a lot of relationships is breaking down because man is cheated. Not according to the statistics that I have shown you. One poll survey said 70% of these women, right, claim to have a backup plan. A backup plan. So if they got a backup plan, how I expect them to be fully invested? How I expect you to be fully invested in a relationship? You have a backup plan. Because I understand there's more women in this world than it's men, especially in the black community. There's more women out here than it's men. And even though this is the case, unless that man is part of the top 10 or 20%, he's not going to have access to women just like you have access to men. On average, a woman has way more accessibility to men than a man on average have accessibility to women, unless he's part of the top 10 or top 20%. What up, Kevin? This is just the reality. No, we're not beating down women. We're not harping on women. We just start trying to help you women out. We're just trying to help you women out. Okay? And man is telling you, like I say, a lot of guys I sit down and talk to, this is one of the promises that they deal with. Man is telling you, listen, I will commit to you if you be exclusive. It go hand in hand. If you're not going to be exclusive, I'm not committing. This is what you got to understand, women. Men is saying, if you're not going to be exclusive, they're not committing. They're not going to put a ring on your finger. You know, they got this stuff, put a ring on it. Ultimatum. Men is saying, no, I'm not going to do it. But if you be exclusive to me, and I know it down in my heart, you exclusive, then I put a ring on you. Until then, I'm going to be hopping from internet. Hear me. I don't want y'all saying Kuttah spoke the truth is advocating for men going out here being whoremongers. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just relating to you women what men is saying. They're saying they are not going to be taking you serious. They're not going to be committed to you. They're not going to be building no empire with you if you can't be exclusive to them and them alone. And what harm is it going to do you? You're already losing. You're losing. You're losing. Right? You're losing. Watch this. Let me bring this up. I think it's. Bear with me right quick, y'all. Because a lot of you women, man, y'all don't want to. Listen, men and women lie. Data don't lie. All right. Because women, you got to stop coming up with all these excuses. Yeah, you got to stop coming up with all these excuses. Okay? It says 50%. This is bad. According to their statistics, the Pew Research, 50% of women 15 age on up is reported never being married. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Somebody in their feelings. That's bad. That didn't used to be the case. Back in the 60s and 70s. That didn't used to be the case. So the problem is, where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? Huh? Why over 50% of the women in our community are saying that they've never been married? 50%, that's a high number. That means over half of the women never been married. We don't think that's a problem? And men is trying to tell you what's the issue, what's the problem. You see, we have a lot of weak men and a lot of women that don't want to accept accountability. When women say, I want a man that's 6'2" or taller, I want a man that's making 6 figures or more, men either have to put up or shut up. Right? Men have to put up or shut up. But when men, like I say, I sit down and talk to these men, okay? Because of my occupation outside of Kuttah Spoken Truth, right? And this is what they're saying. They're talking about exclusive. Women's not exclusive no more. Well, they are out here worse than a man. Listen, let's play this again. Then we're going to shut it down. And I want y'all to go check out this podcast, 5150 Show, and see what all the men are saying. Let's play this again. Listen.
How is your woman so accessible to so many men? Let me make sure you hear that. If you got a woman, how is your woman so accessible to so many men? Let me explain. Nowadays, we got this thing called social media. Okay? Now let's just keep it real. Social media is basically a dating app where you can order a bitch. Is it anything more than that?
For me, that's not what it is.
You can get in contact with somebody that you'd never have access to.
That's what social media is, a dating app.
And you have a woman on here that's validating what this man is saying. And even though he put it out there in a comedic light, right? But go look at the comments. Check out the comments. This is what men is saying. This is what men are saying. Okay? And until you realize, right, that in order for you to win with your counterpart, you have to sit down and say, okay, I gotta start hitting men out. I can't be saying they're toxic. Can't be saying they're toxic. Toxic masculinity. I can't be getting into my feelings. Okay? I can't be getting my panty all in a bunch. Okay? I can't be doing that. I can't be toxic. All right? But yeah, go check it out, man. That was Corey Holcomb, his podcast from last week. Pretty good. So I had to come on here. Like I said, I was going to be dedicating this whole month to you women. You got to get in the truth first and foremost. Once you get in the truth, man, you'll win. But until you get in the truth, man, you're going to continue to lose, man. You're going to continue to lose. You got whole women coming up missing. Whole women coming up missing, coming up dead. Because they don't have no men around. And men is out here literally, whether you want to admit it, is literally paying attention to the pattern of single women. Paying attention to the pattern of single women. And these women is coming up missing. Coming up missing. All right. Thanks for tuning in from Boston, man. Make sure you go back and listen to the rest of it. All right, y'all. Peace.